get this dog and pony show on the road.
Welcome back to the show. Whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, oh, whoa, oh, whoa, oh, whoa.
We're sorry. You're welcome.
The foundation. Oh, is it already?
No, and now.
The foundation.
Hey guys, Jesse and Peggy here. Peggy, what's the news? Straight-faced.
Relationships are at their best. Where the best relationships are found. Did. With.
There's some hypothetical hyphen in there.
Okay, but seriously, the epiphany is that you should not have a relationship based upon lust and sex and such. As wonderful as it may seem, after marriage, you will find yourself having far less sex with that person. And it is important that you actually appreciate their company. You should find someone who's better at solving problems than they are fucking you from behind. That's the takeaway. In order to be considered as something...
A good railing.
A good railing and pounding. Dang.
You were like mid-buck when you got this epiphany or what?
No, I was without a spotter. The gym, and I couldn't move as much weight as I needed to because I was alone. Thanks, Jesse.
There I was.
So there I was.
Choking underneath a bell button.
On my back.
Because I was trying to impress someone who had already left.
You really got yourself into it now, Peggy. Like Jimmy Dugan said, in avoiding the clap.
Oh, which we could all take something from that pamphlet.
Yeah, anyway, history repeats itself. Stop doing the same thing if you want different results. There's my takeaway.
That's insanity. That's actually the definition of insanity. What is insanity for 400?
I'll take... You've been saying this for a year and a half for 200. You will get married, and then you will end up finding less of that passionate sex because you're married.
I'm just head over heels in divorce.
Oh dear. Nothing like a good divorce to remind you of your choices.
Is that your better half? I'm not to say. I'm just saying, definitely leaving with half of your shit. So. I call them pre-dumps.
It's cheaper just to get your law degree. Go through a divorce. Remember how good it's going to feel when you can bury your ex yourself. Am I right? Bitch.
I'll have you buried in arbitration for years. I'll have you buried in dirt, bitch. That's a murder joke.
Okay, there's a song that I like. It's the Vandals. It's like the old you and the new you, and the new you won't let me touch the old you. But I miss the old you. The new you's always there, just ruining things.
It's a big bag of just the worst.
I miss my punching bag. Come on. Get over here, you.
So us.
Someone threw a phone book at me. Oh my god, that's crazy. No, he literally threw a phone book at my face.
That's different. I don't even know where he found a phone book. I found a phone. How old is this guy? You taking your grandpa?
This is so funny because he is he was my elder in a sense.
Yeah, in the literal sense.
In the literal sense that I had no business being so young. But I can drink now. Like nobody, right now that I'm Russian.
Yeah, you're not Russian. No. Anyways, I would drink to you if my name was Bitch. But we are way wildly off topic. I'm going to bottom shelf relationship advice.
Tune into my bad choices. That's so sad.
Make sure to join us next week to learn more about I make shit decisions.
Here's my...
And up next on Lifetime. I don't need a partner. I can fuck this thing up on my own. Just get into the story? Yeah, you're right. I'm Jesse Ward, and this is...
Peggy Carolyn.
Peggy? Huh?
Little PC for you.
PC coming at you. Thanks for joining us. Here we are.
Excellent.
What story befalls us today?
To what do we get the pleasure of hearing? A little story about Samson and Delilah.
Ooh. A love story?
A love story, perhaps?
This one doesn't end in tragedy and death, does it?
Then we are reading from the Bible. So, Samson and Delilah's great, right? Because I just hope one day someone loves me the way Samson A loved himself and Delilah. Because the epitome here of forgiveness and second chances is Samson, super strong, super just a gift of God, if you will. But he held all his in his long Fabio hair.
It is Fabiest. With the long, wavy Fabiescent. So, Angel comes to his mom. He's like, hey, your son's going to be really strong. You're named Samson. Don't cut his hair because that's where his strength is. He grows up, kills Philistine, uses a jawbone, kills a lion. Story. Brings us to when he falls in love with Delilah.
Correct. There is also some other key points that we're probably going to have another episode on, as I do think there's a lot of importance to it. But what goes on here is she was from... Excuse me, was she a Philistine? If she was
a filibuster.
Philistine. Oh no, she was in the Valley of Sorek. The rulers of the Philistines went to her and told her, hey, you're going to be marrying Samson here. You have married him. Either or, you're together. You're sharing a...
You guys are banging, right?
Yeah, you're banging. So you need to tell us what makes him so strong. How is this happening? And with that, you'll also tell us how he can be overpowered. So she's like, I have no idea. And we don't talk about her in the bedroom, right?
Yeah, a whole lot of talking going on.
He's strong. Hello, look at his legs and his arms. So then anyway, at night she goes there and she's like, oh, honey, tell me what makes you so strong.
He's like, of course.
But seriously though.
What does he say first?
I want to try something new. What would it take for me to tie you up securely?
Yeah, it's kind of a new kink I have.
It's a new thing I found on the I
I
heard about.
Yeah, read it on a rock.
And he goes, if I were tied up with 7 new bowstrings that have not yet been dried.
She's like writing it down. 7 new bowstrings?
7, right, exactly right. Oh, and then that's what would make you weak? Yep, you got it. And so, what did she do? She had 7 new bowstrings, tied him up, and she'd hidden some of the men in her inner rooms of the house and was like, Samson, oh no, the Philistines are here to get you. And then Samson just quickly snapped these, and he's like, I'm so strong.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot I said that.
So I imagine Delilah kind of had like a pouty face like Jonah did. She's like, you won't be honest with me.
It's like, oh, come on, babe.
Meanwhile, he's like, bitch, the fuck just happened? Like,
first off, why are the Philistines here?
Why'd you let him in the house?
Yeah. Don't answer the door.
He's like, okay, you're right. The answer is brand new ropes.
Yeah, if it was new ropes.
Brand new ones. She's like, all right.
Well, I guess I'll give this one a shot.
Same thing happened.
And he fell asleep and she...
Tied him up
with brand new rope.
And she's like, oh no, Samson, the Philistines are back.
They're back again. It's just like this cartoonish scene where all of a sudden they're like running around. Like, oh no, Samson, the Philistines are back. 3 Stooges, kind of black and white. Like,
oh, it has to be, yes. Oh, so yeah, he snapped the ropes as if they were thread, and Delilah's like, I can't believe you're making fun of me and lying to me.
Yeah, you made me look stupid in front of
the Philistines,
which I didn't know were coming.
The Philistines going to say about me now.
Yeah.
Now, you're going to tell me how you can be tied up securely, right? He's like, well, if you were to weave the 7 braids of my hair into the fabric on your loom and tighten it with the loom shuttle.
I like how he's getting closer.
I would be weak. Yes, right? So while he slept, Delilah wove the 7 braids of his hair into the fabric, and she tightened it with the loom shuttle, and she cried out again, Samson! The Philistines! The Philistines are back again! That's exactly how it goes. And when he woke up...
Why, I oughta...
He pulled back the loom shuttle, yanked his hair away from the loom in the fabric, and she's like... How dare you tell me that you love me?
You bitch.
You don't share your secrets with me? Three times now, Samson, you've made fun of me and you've lied to me.
You made me look stupid in front of the Philistines.
And I just need to know what makes you so strong. And so just days went on where she was nagging him with this BS, right? And at no point was he ever like, hey, I'm sick of you trying to get the Philistines in here to kill me.
Well, that wasn't me.
Right? He just...
He's finally, anything to shut her.
Anything to shut her up. He's like, I will tell you the truth. Jesus.
No, I mean, what a master of manipulation, right?
She tormented him with her nagging day after day until he was sick to death of it. Almost, Samson, almost. So finally, he tells her, okay, well, my hair's never been cut. I was dedicated to
rumored.
God. Yeah, it's rumored. I've heard. Basically, what my mom's always told me is that from birth, if my head were shaved, my strength would leave me and become weak like everyone.
Become weak like you.
Light bulbs went off. I was like, finally. Oh, he does love me. Oh, I'm gonna be kind of sad.
Did she believe him too? She was like, oh yeah, all right, I guess we'll try this one. Or was it like a looming like, oh?
You know, it's funny.
I thought the truth was supposed to set you free.
I would have made him cut his hair himself.
Oh man!
Just to really be like, yeah.
Really
why should I believe you now, Samson?
He couldn't hold. He didn't lose his strength to the point where he couldn't even hold the.
Can't even hold the shears. What kind of man are you?
I don't have to tie you up anymore.
Okay, so Delilah's like, okay, I think he's telling me the truth. She goes to the Philistines. She's like, come back one more time. Pretty sure I got it this time, right? She lulls him to sleep with his head in her lap and playing with his Fabian's hair.
The
Fabian's hair, yeah.
Fabiescence.
So she calls in a man to shave off the 7 locks of his hair. She doesn't even do it herself, that fucking bitch, right?
Yep.
Crazy. So
7
anyway.
locks. So he had dreads?
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
Dude, Samson just got way cooler.
Yeah, Samson had dreads.
Like predator dreads.
Yeah, he had to have. We're going to make sure this stuff doesn't just fall off. All right?
I like it. Yeah, no, 100%. I was picturing him very, like...
Yeah, Fabiesque.
Herbal
but he wasn't Fabiesque.
Commercials and stuff, yeah.
He was more Fabiesque, man.
He was very, Marley.
Yeah.
Bob.
This just, like, fucked up my world. Like, I can't.
Yeah. So then she cries out, Samson, the Philistines, they're back.
Samson, the Philistines are back.
Oh, Samson, the Philistines are back.
Why I oughta.
And he woke up. He's like, right? Well, oh no. He found himself without God.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
It wasn't even without strength, it was without God.
Yeah.
Because God was his strength, right?
The Lord had left him. God was his strength.
I hear a prelude to a takeaway.
Mm-hmm. Philistines captured him, gouged out his eyes.
Man, I've been waiting to do this for a long time.
I see the way you see things, and I don't like it.
I know you didn't hear me, but one of the times we were running away, I said I'd get your eyes for this.
Yeah.
Didn't I say it?
They took him
tell
to
me how I
Gaza.
said it.
He was bound with bronze chains, forced to grind grain in the prison, and before long, though, his hair grew back.
Oh.
Do you think he went after his wife first?
I think he went. Well, continue reading.
I would have gone after her first. Kidding.
It's like, hey, make sure to invite Delilah to this party.
I just miss her so much. So the Philistine rulers had a great festival. They were like, yay, we got one over on Samson.
Yeah, one from the Philistines.
Glory be to God, right? And so he's killed so many of us. Now, look at us in power over him. Samson said to the young servant who's leading him by hand, place my hands against the pillars that hold up the temple. I want to rest. So the temple completely filled with people. All the Philistine rulers were there, like 3,000 men and women. They're watching as Samson was their main show, right? They were
look what we did.
They were gloating over him, for sure. So,
did you see? We got Samson.
Samson said a prayer, though. Sovereign Lord, remember me again. Oh God, please strengthen me just one more time. And with one blow, let me pay back the Philistines for the loss of my 2 eyes. And then Samson put his hands on the 2 center pillars that held up the temple. Pushing against them with both hands, he prayed, let me die with the Philistines. And the temple crashed down on the Philistine rulers and the people, and he killed more than he had then than his entire lifetime.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
About 3,000, huh?
The only thing I can't verify is whether or not Delilah was in that building.
We'll never know.
Clearly the important thing to me. So what's your takeaway from that, Jesse?
God was his strength. My takeaway is that with God, all things are possible. And without God, there we are, stuck in our own mess.
That's good.
Yeah.
So to forsake a promise you made to God or an understanding you had with God for love, lust, what have you, will never end in anything good. Second to that, you make a promise with God or you have an understanding with God. You just maintain that. Because what did she do?
And again, God is faithful and just to forgive.
Mm-hmm. It just seems pretty simple, right? Like,
Oh, doesn't it?
doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
It does.
Well, on that note, thanks guys for hanging out with us.
Anyway, I just think it's adorable that he was able to just continually let it go that she kept trying to have people killed
Yeah,
with him.
no, that's the funniest part of the whole story. If there was if it's a real gas.
Real knee slapper.
They all died.
But it did take her. It took her 4 tries.
Yeah.
And you know what won in the end? The nagging.
Oh, was it? Did it? I thought it was a prayer.
Oh, well, that was his end, yeah. But
Yeah.
her end was the nagging.
No, that's just she
You will always
willed
get your
him
way
down.
with proper nagging.
The proper nagging. Is,
Persistence will pay off.
right. Well, make sure to join us next week when we jump into another cutesy story.
Another story of love and forgiveness.
Yeah, thanks guys for hanging out.
The end.
If you like the show, if you enjoy it, please make sure to rate us. Please give us some stars. Share the episode. Super appreciate all of that.
I hope, too, that even if you don't like it, you share it with everybody because it's so bad. They're like, you guys won't believe how terrible this is.
Yeah.
Send it to everybody.
Like when you smell something bad and you're like, oh my God, this is awful. Here, smell this.
Does it smell funny to you?
Yeah.
Oh, ask your friends if we smell funny.
Yeah.
Send them the link.
Yeah. When you instinctively share it. Yeah, just instinctively share this right now.
And anyway, if you're not sure how you feel,
Maybe get a
share
second
the link.
opinion. Get a second opinion for sure. That's what my doctor would say.
And then after that, we have really good news. Jesse wrote a song.
I was inspired by the Lord's Prayer.
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name. And so I wrote it to music and did a little version of it where I'm singing and playing and doing the Jesse stuff.
Doing the God's work.
Doing the Lord's work. It really is super deep, super introspective. And we're going to put it up on the website for download and on the Patreon page where you can go and find it. You can find a link for it there. It'll be up and available probably next week for sure. A little bit of it here at the end. Yeah.
Let's play it now.
Thanks everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.
Father in heaven, give us this day. Give us this day. Oh, in heaven on earth, heaven on earth, on heaven on earth, heaven on earth. Oh,